like death today. And the funny thing is, I think I know why, but I can't move to change it. I'm pretty sure it's got everything to do with this. And not moving. But it's funny because I couldn't stop the train, and I'm still struggling to stop the train. And I don't think I can stop the train. It's almost as if I'm supposed to do what I'm doing right now. As though this is for somebody to see. So that it can help them in some way. I feel like fatigued perpetually. Perpetually exhausted. And it's strange because I sleep a lot. It's regular hours, but it's even more than that, like naps as well. And then I walk like 3 miles, and even when it was every day, it still wasn't enough. And now it's like every other day. I just worked out that has gotten a lot less, but it didn't seem to revitalize me. Once upon a time, I had a lot more control over my addictions, and I could wean off and then be done with it. But now it seems like this one's here to stay until I manage to fill my day with something that distracts me enough to not do it. And I think even in the job setting, I'd probably still try every effort to get outside and do it. I weigh more than the breaks that were allotted. I still envision what it would be like to have somebody that you didn't mind being around, and they loved all that you are. It kind of keeps me going with a hope, and it's like I almost know that it's not real, but I cling to it like faith. And the funny thing is, I don't even know if I'd really want that. It's just like a alternative to what I have known, like a childhood dream that never came true. Thought about acting, but I thought about just not reading the script at all that the director had assigned, and then walking on the set and then totally improvising the whole scene. But I realize if there's a director there, then I won't get away with it, much like a boss in a job. I would be my own boss, but I have neither the resources nor the means to actually make that happen. I still wait for God to reveal a miracle, the miracle that's in store. But I fear that it's gonna be another one of those cycles of where I have to pick myself up again. I was led to believe that surrendering to God would I would be picked up by the hand of God, and that no one would be able to deny that it was God. want to believe that God exists with all of my soul, but all I can see is all I can hear is what people would attribute to everyday things, and all I can see is what people would attribute to coincidence. But I attribute it to God. But it doesn't feel like only God could have done it. I hesitate to say that because it's like lukewarm faith, and apparently you're supposed to be thrashed in the waves when it's lukewarm. I didn't have the strength to watch a video, but somehow I had the strength to make this one. There seems to be little motivation to do things like clean or organize anything, even send a text to somebody, or even shower, or cook, or anything really than do this at this moment. I've cancelled 2 dentist appointments back to back because I couldn't face it, and I'm unable to show up to job interviews because I just can't. I can't do it. I know those things have been beneficial, but it feels like I'd be crawling into the door as every ounce of me resists. I feel like I'm in a season where I'm supposed to be like this right now. But it's hard to take because you see that it seems to have just gotten worse. And it's something you wouldn't want to live through again in the future. So that's why I hope that the future is just the absolute opposite, and then it stays that way. But I feel like that's naive to think that life is but a dream and there's no struggle involved. I've killed every relationship in my life. I feel like now I'm completely alone with God and I question whether it's been the right decision the whole time, but I think it happened for a reason. I just don't know it yet. I'm not sure how much I should even be sharing, but I feel like I've been instructed to be transparent. I'm gonna try and walk today. I can't even see how I'm gonna fix the car when it breaks down, or even put air in the tires. These are things that were easy at one time. My hope is that Carl Jung was right, and our roots have to go as deep as hell before we can see heaven. I just hope that heaven isn't literal in that sense. It doesn't make sense to me how I can be this low when people are actually dealing with problems that are far worse than mine. I know that exposure with people is probably the key, but I can't place it in the lock and turn it. I just don't feel strong enough to move. In any direction, and I have no idea what the direction would even be. I don't feel depressed. I feel like I'm in a waiting room and life is just passing by. And yet I don't know how to leave the room. I'm not sure if this helps, recording this message. It's just the only thing I'm willing to do at this moment. I don't really understand how I could lose the reins. I never thought that it would get worse. I always thought it would just go up and up and up. Strange, but it's like there's peace in everything falling around you. And it's like the calm before the storm. It's like preparation for the inevitable. I feel like I had to get to this place to actually share, no matter what. And I'm very curious to know what it looks like when I rebound. I've had to learn to ask for help when in the past I was always able to do it myself. It's been the most humbling thing, the most humiliating thing. And it's totally destroyed the ego that I had. The only thing that helped me, I think, in that time was Bruce Lee. And he said that everybody knows how to win, but nobody knows how to lose. And that's the art of defeat. Surrendering to your opponent, basically. It all sounds like giving up, but I think every breath that I take is a declaration that I haven't. And it all sounds so dreary and sad. And yet I don't feel that way. But I've been convinced by God that this isn't the intended way to live. As though I've been missing out on something my entire life. And I don't know what that is. It could be that I'm supposed to be this way, because I've found a lot of I've found that I've been more funny when I'm around other people. A lot of comedians suffer with depression, and it's called the sad clown syndrome or something. It's like a type of bipolar. And the thing is, if I had bipolar, I probably wouldn't take medication for it. I don't want to take antidepressants either. Because I feel deeply that I'm supposed to go through this, and I'm supposed to go through this to actually get to the other side, to transform. You know, when I visited my childhood friends in Phoenix, I thought that it was strange how no one had changed. I felt like no one had changed, like I'd just left them yesterday. And I felt like I was the only one who had really changed. Maybe they feel differently. Maybe they thought I hadn't. But I wonder if they struggled as much as I have. And I think they must have done, because what they told me sounded like they'd been through hell. And when I look at my own story, I can't understand how it could have been so challenging. I plan on going into my next job with the same perspective on things that I carry now and have been in the last 3 jobs, and that's to go at my pace no matter what, and do the things that I'm comfortable with no matter what. No matter what my boss says. It was a seed that was planted when I was in the post office that I didn't have to go at a crazy pace because my managers were gonna push you no matter what pace you were going. So if you were killing yourself that day, they didn't care, they still pushed you to go faster. So luckily I was given nuggets of information that led me to the realization that I didn't actually have to. You could go backwards and slow all the way down and not listen to them and still go and still get the same treatment regardless. They try a bit harder, but we were so protected in that job that you could. And I've carried that philosophy into the next 2. And it just seems to work as long as you behave yourself, but now I'm not behaving in the job either. So, and I don't feel like it's crazy stuff either. It's just not the right place for me. Feels like a path of self-destruction, and yet even though I know that, I can't seem to change it. Because the alternative just doesn't appeal. Feels like killing pieces of yourself every day to hold something together that will likely be out of your control anyway, will likely fall through your fingers. Life will happen. You might be laid off from the job for reasons that were out of your control.